everyone, thanks for joining me. You're watching Diet Dash, where we dash deception. And today we're going to do a little holistic vid. I'll keep this short and sweet, guys, about how we can take care of ourselves naturally. Because, if you read the Bible, I know a lot of people have their opinions, but there's a lot of facts in there. And the fact is, Adam and Eve was created in a garden with all the medicinal herbs they needed, all the foods they needed, and, hence the tree of life, right? For them to go on living, and things went wrong when they partook in the tree of knowledge and the forbidden knowledge, and that is of the allopathy and the chemical field that we think that's normal, which that's dubbed a normalcy bias because we've been raised in it. It's actually pretty barbaric. It wasn't always that way. It's like we're living in the modern Middle Ages, because you have an ailment and the first thing they want to do is put you on potent drugs and potions. And I did a bit about sorcery and how the modern medical system is a religion all in itself, going back to Babylonian times even. And that's why you'll find a temple in each hospital. And hospital just means like hospitality. And you're very fortunate if you even get that, because some of the bedside manner there is cold and very, very apathetic, because there's a burnout and all that stuff. And if more people had more information about, how to take care of themselves and self-govern and realize, that their body is not something to be scared of, and that it works on your best interest, rather, daily, to help ward off all kind of toxins, all kind of invaders. And we ourselves are programmed to be an enemy of our own vessel, our God-given vessel that was made perfect. You just got to work with it and not against it. So I try to teach people in different clips and vids, in between several topics. Is just so much, but the chemical warfare that's been thrust upon people since World War II, unacceptable, because we're definitely not number one in health. America is just number one, or the United States corporation is just number one in war. Okay, and the war on the people also. And, I'm starting to think the war on terror is really the war on the people, because I did a law vid yesterday, and I guess in the law books also, because we're like a living land parcel. Just think about it. You're made up of the minerals from the earth, and when we pass, we're going to go back. You're just going to be like fertilizer for the next trees and all that stuff, right? And so the word terror means earth, like Terra, like, earth is also called Gaia, also called Terra, So like the war on terror, do they mean Terra? Because look at the state of the earth. We too come from the earth, and not respecting God's laws and the natural order of things has been producing self-inflicted plague and tragedy. That's where you get the term man-made plagues. Yes, they make them in a lab, but a lot of times we consume these plagues, because what were people dying of in the 19th century? It was called consumption. What is there to say, right? So big winner here, aloe vera, has been dubbed the first aid plant. So definitely something you'd like to have in your house. Has amazing qualities. I have one. This is something, if you can just master one plant, having this in the house, obviously it will clean up. It will increase the oxygen levels in your house. Very succulent plant. It's almost like a cactus. Like, it doesn't take a lot of water. It does so well. If you're not, for those who are not great with plants, the so-called Dr. Brown thumbs, you can slowly be a Dr. Green Thumb with time if you, just get familiar with the different plants. Start small, don't overwhelm yourself. Look up the different facts. look up the conditions that they like to be grown in, and just having something like that, amazing. We already know they take care of burns. That's first and foremost. When you talk about aloe with people, they're quick to say it's great for sunburn. Yes, this is true, but it has so many other qualities, just like I say time and time again, the Most High's medicine has benefit after benefit, not trick bag after trick bag like you get with a lot of prescription drugs or candy, let's call them, or intensive purposes, because you do get censored when you talk about this stuff. Apparently, you can twerk, you can do all this nonsense online, but you start getting real and stop being fake, and all of a sudden, like, the algorithms can't handle it, right? Well, free speech is something you got to fight for, obviously. You got to maintain. But amazing qualities. Look, digestion. How many people have Crohn's disease, IBS, you name it, diverticulitis, colitis, okay? All inflammation of the intestines. And, people have inflammation of the colon. Yeah, well, you got to look at the cause and effect. A lot of people don't want to go there. They just want to do whatever, party like it's 1999, totally have like a minor. That's why in law they don't get much, a lot of people don't get much respect in law. They don't know their status. It's honorable to know what's going on, so you can know what's really evil or what's righteous, because you got a lot of so-called religious people in these medical fields, and they think that what they're doing is right, and it's not right. And they're all about organ transplantation, telling you to take out your body parts. This is all medieval crazy practices. Would you do the same for your car? I was talking to a dear friend the other day, and I was like, we don't apply the same logic we do to objects that we do to us and our loved ones. Because you take a part out of a car, take the battery out, take the alternator out, whatever. Is your car going to run the same? Doesn't it have a predetermined amount of parts it needed to have as a whole to function? So we need to stop looking at ourselves like our parts are separate from each other, and that they don't have a synergistic relationship, a symbiotic relationship, because they do. So if you remove one part, other parts are gonna have to overcompensate for that, thus providing long-term ramifications. People get, the big C down the road, and other things start happening that they didn't foresee. And taking out body parts is not the way. Did they even know that aloe is edible? Did you know you can strain it into a juice? You can drink it. You can put it into your oatmeal. However, a smoothie. You can be really creative with it and just take it a few times a day, and it'll take care of so many things. A lot of us are malnourished. We need a lot of these antioxidants, antiviral qualities, antimicrobial. A lot of people have a lot of pathogens. You don't realize what's in the tap water, but if you did a little research, you'd be like, what in the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Frankenstein, Erin Brockovich kind of thing. Like, yeah, they put all kind of stuff. So we think that, getting like dysteria and all these issues are like third world issues. A lot of the issues you see in the third world, we're getting right here at home. And we add more toxins to the body, thus breaking it down. Well, they say, that pot's no good. Let's just, not even trying to fix it in any way. Like, people give used cars even more sympathy than they do their own bodies. So why not try some of these God-given, time-tested remedies that have been recorded to be effective? Obviously, the ancients knew what they were doing. Thus, how did we get here today? Just saying. Detoxification. A lot of people are pushing all these crazy powders and all this. Like, I see it's like a new sucker's born every day, right? A new fad is created every minute. It's like every day, and it's like all we have to do is stop eating fake food, guys, stop taking in toxic substances and prescription drugs. Goes back to IG Farben, just saying. and toxic waste, hazardous waste even, and a lot of the chemicals we use in our products and our cosmetics. That's why I'm so keen on making my own natural products, and I have my own Kadesh Gardens natural skincare line if you guys are into that, and I'll show you the link after I show you this amazing article. Just wanted to show you some fun facts about aloe, and know that aloe is your ally. It's a first aid plant, so great to just have all around. If you get into an emergency, you could just like pull a leaf. I'm trying to see which one I would pull. There you go. I'll just set it down here. I don't know, you can't really see, but you'd want to just like pull from the base. You see the base there? You could literally like pluck it. Whoop, it went flying. It's so easy because when it's ready, you can tell. Look, it was so easy to come off. You see the juice? It's so succulent. Look at this big leaf. Look at this bad boy. And usually I'll just take my nail. Obviously my nails are a little shorter. I keep them short because I do a lot of products. But you don't even need a knife. And this is like a natural Band-Aid too. If you get like, especially if you're out there in the wild, but if you're home or whatever and you're like, oh my gosh, what to do, because you need to keep the wound clean and free from microorganisms. Like make sure you rinse it. But you could literally just like, you put, like I just used my nail, and then with my nail, I like slice the innards too. And like you literally make your own Band-Aid. Like I'll show you how easy that was. See, guys, look at that thing. You can see it's all sticky icky, but you could take that and you can strain it and you can put it into a spray bottle. It's great for your hair. Like I'm going to take some right now and spread it on my skin because it's so good for your skin. It's great for cardiovascular health, immune system. A lot of people have issues with their immune system, but you'd use this as a Band-Aid. You see how it opens like a bandage? So you could place this on a wound and like bandage it up, guys, and like leave it there. It'll kill all the pathogens. Look, antimicrobial, antibacterial. Isn't that amazing? I love it. Hair and skin, so good for your hair. And most people don't even think about this. They have all kind of like toxic plants in their house that are of no use. So if you're going to have plants in your house, guys, like have some herbs, have an aloe plant. You're going to love it, especially if you have children too, because, they're bumping into everything, right? Don't they always hurt themselves? They're always hurting themselves. They're so rambunctious and energetic, right? So it's always good to have this, and it's been around for just so long. Look, weight loss. A lot of people with weight loss issues, guys, stop eating the synthetic food. I never had to go on any weird fad diets or anything like that. I just stopped eating the crap. I used to eat a lot of crap, and it's all about your body being alkaline or acidic, because you'll see someone really, really lean, like wasting away disease looking, probably what they dub AIDS, which is just autoimmune deficiency. Doesn't everybody basically have AIDS when you think about it? It's just, people are looking at it like, oh my God, everyone got that, because it's just your immune system is compromised. Most people's immune system have been compromised. And some people, they'll get really large when they're acidic, or some people will get really tiny. They'll go under 100 pounds. Inflammation. How many anti-inflammatories are out there? Name list after list, right? And a lot of them do organ damage. And take them enough times and see what happens. You're going to get pains you didn't know you have. I used to use that crap. I had a lot of gastrointestinal. It gave me colitis. I don't even take a Tylenol and Advil. None of that. So many natural superior supplementation could be done. Like willow bark is the natural derivative of aspirin. So they just copy God's medicine, but then they add all their nasty chemicals to it, right? That way they can patent it and say, oh, it's original, it's mine now. So they can make all their shekels, just think of it that way. It's a disinfectant, guys. So, any type of like bacterial issues on your skin or whatever, look at that. And, you can print something like this out and put it on your fridge, That one's kind of small. How about benefits of aloe vera juice? Oh, we were just talking about alkaline versus acid. Thank you, thank you, God. Like, you really have to just stop, and because everything just comes together when it's the right message, You just know it is. And it is a great alkalizer for your body. A lot of people are acidic. There's a lot of tests you can buy, like a pH test, which is just a urine test. It's private. You do it at home. You dip your little what is it, like a linus paper, like you just dip it in there, preferably in the morning when your system is empty, and they have a chart or whatever, and if it's like, I don't know, too blue or too reddish, it's not good. Like, you want to be neutral, 7.8 or something like that. And a lot of people are really acidic, and this has a lot to do with the big C, right? Cancer. Removes toxins, supports your immune system. Drink aloe vera to lose weight. I'll even bring it up for you guys so I can show you. And I want to show you that article real quick and see if I can zoom it up for y'all. Well, let's see. This zoom is just a pain. Of course, I got this plant near me. Benefits of, aloe vera juice. Drink aloe vera to lose weight. So there you go, guys. I mean, you can strain it. You can remove the pulp, put it in a smoothie, put it in your oatmeal, whatever, just get it down, and you're going to see it's great for your liver. If you have any of these issues, no need to take out your body parts and be some type of Frankenstein. Why not give organ-loving nutrients to your God-given vessel and take care of it? Lowers high cholesterol. How many people are on so-called anti-cholesterol drugs? I know people are lifelong addicts and don't realize that just because you have a prescription, just because you have a piece of paper, doesn't mean that you're not a junkie. You are. And not, because those are the same exact folks who will look at somebody who gets street drugs and call them a junkie, like straight off the bat, and make fun of them as if they're not the same, but because they think they got like an artificial man-made piece of paper that, their little witch doctors are subsidized by big pharma, seeking to profit off them, that they're the biggest suckers of them all. They are very judgmental, cures your gums. So people have like gingivitis, a lot of issues with their gums. Maybe rinsing your mouth in this, it'll kill all the pathogens. So again, making your own juice, making your own mouthwash, medicinal mouthwash with this, really good idea. And it improves hair growth. So, if you're having an issue with hair growth, I love using aloe vera juice for some of my products. I do use it for soap recipes because it has its place, But just having a plant at home, you're not going to go wrong. If don't have much space, you don't need much space. It's just a little guy, and you're harvesting it. You're using it as it goes, so you're constantly pruning it, It says aloe vera has also known as aloe barbadensis, is a medicinal plant that has been used for generations for a multitude of health purposes. A relatively short-stemmed plant and contains a lot of water within its leaves. The humble aloe vera is known to proliferate in even the driest of areas. This succulent plant is most widely known for its uses in the treatment against skin problems. Its slimy, semi-fluid flesh has been known to contain healing properties and is typically gathered by scraping it off from the leaves and applying it directly to the affected area. There are also those who prefer to reap the benefits of aloe vera's healing properties by grinding the whole leaf or by processing only the flesh to make aloe vera juice. Since aloe vera is quite hard to come by in countries with cold climates, some people must enjoy all of the health benefits that this fantastic plant can provide by taking aloe vera capsules. I totally suggest you get your own plant. I mean, I live in New England, and if I was able to get one, surely you could too. Hopefully, I don't know if they're talking about Alaska or whatnot. I mean, I can just talk about, we're in region 4, or Zone 4. The rich history of aloe vera. People have been reaping the health benefits of aloe vera for more than 6,000 years. Its use can be traced back to the ancient Egyptians, who used the aloe vera plant as a gift for the early pharaohs because it symbolized immortality. Aloe vera was first documented in the Ebers Papyrus, an Egyptian papyrus that recorded ancient medical and herbal knowledge. And as a testament to its medicinal properties, its use can also be found in the ancient book De Materia Medica, an ancient manuscript compiled by a Greek pharmacologist and botanist. That's right, since the beginning of written history, the use of aloe vera has been widespread across the early civilizations found in Asia, North America, Europe, South America, and more. Today, aloe vera is commonly known as the burn plant and the first aid plant. In other words, it is widely used to help treat various skin conditions such as sunburns, psoriasis, insect bites, and other types of skin injuries. Its gel is also widely used today as a laxative for the treatment of constipation. Yeah, I forgot about that. A lot of people's issues are just that constipation, guys. Like, people with the so-called beer bellies and all that. It's like a distended colon. It's really bad. People, what you see with like this huge gut that's like really hard. So like, look, you can take that as a natural laxative to get things moving. And it says, what does it contain? To help you understand why aloe vera has been lauded by both ancient healers and medical practitioners today, you need to know more about what it can offer for your health. So it has anthraquinones, are chemical compounds that typically act as laxatives when consumed. The most widely known anthraquinone that can be found in aloe vera is aloin. Aloin contains analgesic, antibacterial, and antiviral properties. See that? So analgesic is great. It's a pain reducer. So again, if you have like a throbbing wound, that's really good. And you can also take it internally for stomach issues or any type of pains. It contains hormones found in aloe. They contain gibberellins and auxins. These hormones may help reduce inflammation and promote wound healing when applied topically. It contains enzymes, which include bradykinase, which may help reduce inflammation when applied on the skin. It also contains cellulase, lipase, and peroxidase, which may help break down fats and sugars when consumed. Aloe vera contains vitamins and minerals, guys. See, so it's nutritious and medicinal. You cannot go wrong with the Most High's medicine. Do you not understand that it's a war against the natural versus the synthetic world, really? Man versus machine. They want to merge the two together, iron and clay kind of thing, which it cannot be done. Aloe vera contains B vitamins, which may act as antioxidants. A lot of people are low on B vitamins, which is causing increase of chronic fatigue and all that. To help fight against oxidative stress and free radicals, it also contains minerals such as calcium, magnesium, and zinc, which they all said zinc was really helpful during this current outbreak. They was pushing zinc also, so this is just a great little all-in-one, right? Which may also help fight free radicals and support the proper enzyme production in the body. Aloe vera contains sugars, phytochemicals, and other potent substances. The thick flesh of the aloe vera, or the gel, is rich in polysaccharides as well as glycoproteins. These substances are known to help provide anti-inflammatory and anti-allergic properties that can help soothe and heal damaged skin. It also contains fatty acids, amino acids, and other chemical compounds that may provide antiseptic and antibacterial properties. So I'll put this link. I mean, this is just so great to have. I'm actually going to print this out for my own. Because why not, guys, right? Let me, actually, I'll print it out after because I'll get this little guy in here. I guess I can print it out while I'm showing you something else. But yeah, I always like printing out my stuff because, that way I can go over the amazing properties, and that's the way I can combine them like with my different recipes. And it's very good. So this is a very, very sturdy plant. This plant will stick around for, I've had it for a few years, guys. It's doing quite well. It hasn't died. I just been, plucking it as I go along. Actually, I'll do that after, guys. I'll probably be too loud. But you see all this great stuff. Look, it doesn't stop. We can continue to go on. But I don't want to make this vid long, so I'm just going to keep it short and sweet because I know some of my vids that can be up to an hour and people don't have that kind of time. And I totally understand that. We're all extremely busy. I don't even have that kind of time too, but it helps me just break up my day, helps me study also how I want to, because it's great to do this review, and then when I'm done, as it's uploading, I'll print that out. That way, it's doing its own thing now. Now it feels like going. But yeah, I like to print out the hard copies. I have containers and containers full of notes you wouldn't even believe, because you really have to be your own continuing ed professional, and that's what any field across the board. You don't just learn it once and then it sticks forever. But look, in ancient times, aloe vera and its extracts were used for medicinal purposes. Today, researchers are discovering more advances of this versatile plant. So you see how science can't keep up with nature. Just when they think they know something, and make sure this isn't coming out blank. It's coming out good. They're so slow to get hip to, because nature is way advanced. Too advanced. You couldn't possibly know all of phytochemicals, each amazing plant that the Most High, he is the grand creator of everything. And so that's where people's faith comes in. Because you got a lot of these so-called religious people. They'll make you think they have faith, but then they'll go run to these institutions, these dens of vipers. And if people think they're not a religious institution, in all these hospitals, guys, they have temples. Do they not have a religious room where you go pray to Catholicism or whatever? And hospital just means hospitality, which they don't even give you hospitality half the time. Do you see the bedside manner on half of these places? Let me make sure that's done. Sometimes it prints the last few pages just wasting paper, and I don't like to waste paper. But yeah, so yeah, their bedside manner is not even what you think it is. It didn't even get to read all the other amazing benefits. Did I miss it? Because it says it helps with skin aging. That was on 5. So see, I could have even went down more. Yeah, it does help with skin aging. It's like when you print it out, it has even more information. That's strange. Let's see, wound healing. Kills microorganisms. So it doesn't stop. It has so many benefits. Look at that. As I was reading this, I was like, oh, I didn't even get to see all the rest of it. And it kills microorganisms, which, it has these chemical compounds that it has include salicylic acid, urea, nitrogen, phenols, cinnamic acid, luteol, and sulfur. These compounds found in aloe vera may have the potential, I'm getting thirsty, to limit infection when used correctly. It helps any type of UV damage, fights against skin aging and dryness, slows down the development of wrinkles. I mean, I've seen women spend hundreds of dollars on Estee Lauder. I mean, just look how rich this is. This is great. And it has like a nice cooling effect to the skin. It's great for like under eyes. You know, as you're getting older, you get the fine lines around the eyes, and I'm very expressive. It's great for your hair too. Like, I put it on my hair. It's like hair food. It's skin food. I mean, screw calling it a product. It's definitely nutrition. So I've seen women spend like all kind of money on like Estee Lauder, on like hundreds of dollars on like this small little bottle of like, who knows what's in there. It could be like animal DNA for all you know. It could be baby semen for all you know. I mean, these people use the craziest thing. Have people seen what Sandra Bullock told Ellen in one like on one episode of their show, that they use like baby foreskin? Listen, they're so evil, so demonic. It's all about the sorcery, and we're trying to keep things respectful on this channel, and this is for the spiritual diamonds. Not everyone's going to get it. Some people like to be toxic trash, but I don't like to be toxic trash, and I try to teach people not to be that, because if you continue to like what's bad for you, you're going to poison yourself and kill yourself, and isn't that what most people are doing? And look, it helps fight against the big V, which everyone's so like scared of, like it's like some boogeyman is going to come and, it's going to wipe out their whole family. Lack of knowledge will wipe you and your family out, because you're going to do stupid crap thinking it's good, and it's going to be your own demise. People want to continue to get advice from the Dr. Kevorkians of the world just because they're on TV and you see them every day and they show this badge and they're like, oh, I'm this person. Like, what's to say they weren't just a freaking actor? You never seen them a day in your life. Anyone can make any type of fraudulent resume or whatnot. Like, please. And they all vouch for each other. It's kind of funny how they all know each other. They're all friends. They all go out to play golf, right? Because they're all like one big mob, really. But other benefits, detoxifies. We talks about that. Lubricates the digestive tract to get things moving, because a lot of people, it's like hard as a rock. They can't get it out. Great, strong and healthy teeth. Cures ulcers. How many of us stressed out? It's like burning holes through our stomach. This definitely will help you. Prevents kidney stones. So many people getting needless, dangerous operations to remove kidney stones when can just do the work to do the prevention in the first place. Hydrates the skin, boosts cardiovascular performance and physical endurance. How many scammers out there, I don't care if they're related to you, selling all kind of fad products out there, all these freaking bikini models and freaking fake me out fitness people. You should see all the pills and the chemicals they take every day. Some of them are like looking like men now, like they're changing all the way over. Like you can tell that they're messing with their body chemistry, and they're going to have repercussions. But you need a little bit of extra endurance. You need to try some aloe juice. Did anybody even give that a chance? Aloe is your ally. Remember that. Helps in curing blisters, insect bites. It's great if you can have a leaf with you, wrap it up in plastic. If you're going hiking in the woods, boom, something happens, you have an instant band-aid. You got an instant insect mitigator. It's great for burns. We all know that's a burn plant, right? Psoriasis, inflammation. So how many products are out there that claim to take care of all that, but cost tons of money, not give you half of this stuff? Look, it's rich in vitamin A. It doesn't stop. Like, the more you research God's medicine, the more amazing it is. And look how pretty this is. And they say the color green is very relaxing to look at, which it is. This guy needs a little trim up here. But I'm just going to harvest the rest of that leaf. And look how much. You got so much. And this is just one little plant. I have a couple. Okay, and it's just really good stuff. So if you can master one plant and you're not, your so-called Dr. Brown Thumb, Try an aloe plant. Doesn't need a lot of water, doesn't need a lot of care. It's so low maintenance, and it's such a great little pal because it's gonna thank you over and over again. And I'm just so pleased with it. And yeah, and it cleans up the environment, increases the oxygen levels. You notice how they're cutting down all the trees. We're not taking deep breaths like we used to. If anything, remember to do that, guys. But if you haven't checked me out on Diet Dash on eBay, please do. I mean, the box is really cute, guys. I'm trying to make it, I got the label on there. Making it oh so fancy. Really high quality stuff. Some stuff is free shipping, some is not, They raise the prices on everything, guys, so I have to pay for the packaging and everything. So, with any small business, we actually put up our own funding and lose money at first before we make money. So I do have pomades, I have clothes, I have all kind of things. I'm a reseller, but I also like making my own products, and I just launched this amazing line called Kadesh Gardens, and I'll put a 10% coupon code which I just made. It's called Dash Deal 10. So if you plug that in, it's 10% off. Anytime I can make something that's healthy for everyone and beneficial. I'm working on other different stuff, but I got so much I'm doing law paperwork too. I got a lot of important stuff that I'm working on, saving up for a nice little homestead. So with learning the monetary system, I'm taking steps to get out of this bankrupt monetary system and fly solo and fly the so-called American dream, right? They're trying to turn it into a nightmare. But the less that we're reliant on the system, when people are like, I'm losing my health care, I'm losing this, so what? It's probably best not to even have insurance. And you ever think about that? How about if you show up at the hospital and you got full-blown insurance and you're incapacitated and they just start doing all kind of procedures on you and just charging that thing. It's like a charge card, when you don't have insurance and they know you got to pay or whatever. And a lot of these bills can be set off. Again, if you don't know the monetary system, you're going to be at their mercy. So it all goes hand in hand. But if they see that you're paying out of pocket, they're not going to be so quick to just push you in to do whatever because they want their so-called shekels. So they're going to be a little bit more careful, and you actually have more control. And a lot of people think that they're going to drop dead if they don't have it. I haven't had health insurance in many years, and I'm fine. Unless you get into an accident and whatever, fine, send me the bill. I will discharge it, set it off. I know how to do this, so no problem, And what's the big deal, and how often is that going to happen to you? So you're going to pay all these premiums and stuff. Do you get a refund if you're healthy and nothing happens to you and the good Lord kept you healthy and safe and injured free for 10 years? Do you get all those thousands of dollars back, or do they just get over on selling people fear? Yeah. Going through things privately, I've learned you get the best treatment when you do pay out of pocket. I paid straight up cash for my daughter's braces years ago, and yeah, they're really elite with you. They treat you like a human being. Half of the stuff with insurance, they're not even motivated to even do whatever correctly. I mean, they're all about pushing a lot of services on you, but a lot of times they don't get paid as quickly as they would like to and stuff, so they're not as motivated, to do a great job and stuff. It's a lot of shadiness, and it's all just for profit. So the more we can rely on God's medicine, how many times did Adam and Eve need to go to a so-called checkup? The pharmacy back in the day would be the farmer's market. Just because they took the F and turned it into a PH don't mean it's changed. It's just changed in our mind, because this is a war for our mind, a war on terror on the earth. As we come from the earth, we're going to go back to the earth, TERRA, territory, of the land, And people are so toxic now, they need to be incinerated. They can't even be buried properly. That's probably why a lot of people need to be cremated, because their bodies are so toxic. That what does that do to the soil? It's just a whole horror show, guys. But get yourself a plant. You're gonna love it. Benefits of aloe. If we could just master one herb at a time, one plant at a time, you'd be surprised at what you can do. Dubbed first aid plant, been around for thousands of years. Must I go on? So I'll put this article because I like people having their own notes. You read it for yourself, and there's other links too, just to show the validity that this was the first so-called medical industry, was the holistic medicine. Okay, like let's just get that off the bat, because you have these chemical communist people, from the war, and not realizing that all these prescription designer drugs that they covet so much, right? First of all, have the names like, Xanax and everything. It's almost like demonic names. Have you seen some of the names of these chemical cocktails? And that they're literally just packaged hazardous waste. Are they not? Am I wrong? Doesn't it go back to IG Farben? You should look at the ingredients and stuff and see some of that stuff, So, I mean, they did push the garbage pail kid cards on us. They want you to think of like you're a human waste disposal, and you could just treat yourself like a trash can and think you're going to live and, live the so-called American dream. But having the so-called American dream or American shot or whatever of being self-sufficient, it's a job that you have to use your mind, and most people don't want to use their mind. They don't even want to watch long vids, because even though it can be packed with information that could be really beneficial, and people like us are taking the time, this is like a public service, to talk about it with people. A lot of people, they'll zone out after a few minutes, and they don't want to hear it. Like, they have no attention span. But they have the attention span for things that they want. You notice that, guys? They'll be on TikTok for hours, Instagram for hours, watching movies for hours, not even understanding the concept of a lot of what they're watching. So people find time for the things that they want to find time for. Isn't that the truth? But yeah, I package my perfume oils. This is all very, very healthy stuff. And that's where we need to go back to, guys. Healthy living is natural living. So if anybody tells you different, they are deceiving you. And here we dash deception always. So if you haven't checked me out on eBay, please do. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this inspired you to work with your green thumb and to give nature and God's medicine a chance, and know that it's been around for so long. A lot of people are low on vitamin C. This will take care of so many problems. How many pills are out there? How much different candy is out there? Watch the new Roseanne, guys. They really play up the candy and all that and the prescription medicines, and see how Roseanne passed away on the new season. That should be an eye opener for you. And if you haven't checked out the book, Death by Medicine, that's an incredibly powerful book. I wonder if I could just show you real quick before I let you go. Because people think it's a joke until it's not a joke. And it's not about doing things half and half. It's about putting down all these toxic chemicals that are killing everybody, and going back to God's medicine, the real medicine that we fail to appreciate every day, but it's all around you. This is a really great book by Gary Null, right here. Very, very powerful book. I'm sure you can look up information about him right on YouTube, but just to give people an estimate, what's really killing people. Everyone's like, guns, put down the guns. And you notice a bullet from a gun is also called a shot. So think about that. You're being shot on both ends. And, where's the real emergency here? This is going to be very common. And definitely part of the matrix. So anybody who's in the system or trying to act woke, this is what the book looks like, and is in the medical system, you need to run the other way. What a powerful image, right? And know where you get the term caduceus from. And these are the so-called people who are the founders of a lot of these organizations that you guys covet. Is there any Indian chiefs on that list? Yeah, okay. Maybe people should look at other nations and see how they're living, and see how some of them live to a ripe old age. And here we are in good US of A, right? And that doesn't seem to be happening. So maybe people need to stop being so bigoted and look at how other people are living and say, hey, what are we doing different? You know, what are we doing different? And yeah, we all need to earn a living, but at what cost, right? Aren't there things that we could do? You can make natural products. There's actually like way better medicine out there. And there's just like book after book. And there's many MDs who are very, very honest about it, you know, who have put their good name and probably safety on the line to get this information to us. So let's appreciate it and pass it on forward if we can. So I hope this was encouraging, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.